Let me check something here before we get started. Okay, yes, 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 yes. We're on. We're on. We're on. We're on. We're on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Once again, lots of. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn that off for a second here. There we go. So, lots of stupid things happening this week. If y'all didn't know, went and saw some family, and while I was down there, see my it's doing it again. I don't know why YouTube does this. There we go. And all right, there we are. We're back. So, yeah, went down to see some family, and things didn't go totally to plan. As it turns out, my wife, while we're down there, her battery swelled up on her phone, and my phone's been broken for a while. So I've got a new phone, learning how to operate it, learning how to make it work. It's been a pain in the butt. But then on top of that, since I've gotten back, I've had one disaster after another, which has just made life so much more difficult. And I'm not even going to be here this weekend. I'm going to have to jump off again because as soon as we got back, I think yesterday, my wife had to go for a training sermon because she does medical stuff. And they need to go do that stuff. Traveling ham, Badger, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Yeah, long time no see. It was not intentional. I really was planning on coming back a lot sooner than this. Um, Live stream got pushed back, and then Wednesday night things just did not work out. And Saturday. I'm going to be on the road. It's not been fun, but we are back with the Architects, checking it out and working on it. We have the outside pretty well finished. I just got to work on this interior here and figure out how I'm going to make all this work and get it all put together. So we have an option here going in. We've also got to fix this area, which I may just work on this today. I may just work on the airlock system because that will do a lot better. I may add. Yeah, I already got all that hooked up. I may just do a thing where you can just grab hold and hook into it. I wanted to put at least two more PDCs on here to make the whole thing work. Don't know if that is going to work. And then we've got to figure out this obnoxious nonsense that I'm dealing with right now and make all of it work and then tie a bunch of this stuff together so it all fits. This has been a much bigger project or a much more difficult project than I had anticipated because I wasn't planning on doing that much crazy stuff to this. But we're here. We're here. We're committed. So let's see. The audio is a tad low. Is it? Let me check here. Let me check my audio real quick. I did go through an update. We did get an update. Let me just jack this up just a little bit. How about now? Can you all hear me? Right about here, maybe. That going a little bit better. They did something. They've done something with I got an audio mixer now on my one deal. Wow, that's different. What did y'all do? What did they do? Oh well. Good now? All right. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. As long as we're good now. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to try and cut some of this and see what will happen if I try to open this area up just a bit here. And hopefully, by doing so, I don't accidentally... Yeah, we can't do that. So we're going to put that back there. Okay, so this is about the size we're going to be running with. And then I know this all is probably connected to something. So we have a situation there. I think what I want to do is I want to try. Where is it? Number 4. There we are. We're going to run this back a bit. There. And that is going to add us a couple of things going on there. I might be able to pull off some sort of deal. If that... Okay, I've got to turn that off. That is kind of bothering me there. So I think the next thing I want to do is I want to take this section out here. So I can just fill this area with some stuff. Because we have all the stuff that we really need. This just needs to be a type of hangar bay. And I need these out of the way. And then I will figure out some sort of looky-loo. So I can add a couple of ether sprites or something like that in here that can be flown straight on out. Which will be nice, I have to say. That'll be awesome. So I won't be on very long, folks, unfortunately. Because like I said, I've got to get some stuff done. It is the time-honored tradition of Badger trying to get as much done as possible and not getting anywhere close to that. I think what I want to do though is I may want to take this section out here because then I could put, well, I don't know. I've run into this problem where the whole entire system doesn't work very well because I don't have the proper, how to put this? I've got enough stuff to go down, but I don't have enough room to go up. So any fighter I've got is going to have to be about 2 tall. Or wait a minute. Badger, can you? 2? How big is this thing? I want to see. Oh, hey. Here's an idea. One problem. This works, but only to a point. That's the... Oh, fuck. I hadn't planned on that happening. Let's make sure whatever we deleted needs something specific. Doesn't need... Yeah, it does. It needs something specific to put it back in there. Okay. We gotta fix all this and put it back in place. Number 5. I want to say... Let's try number 3 here. Yeah, we'll do that. That will fix all that nonsense. Now, the other, like I said, the problem I have with the Arctins right now... well, let me see. How far does that stupid thing go? How far do one of these dumb things go, anyway? Let's see. Okay. That goes down 2. I guess the only option I really got, Morgan Trial, how you doing? I guess the only real option I have here is just make a door and run with it. Oh, that is becoming hated right now because there's a whole lot of stuff that I need to do. A lot of this nonsense is in the way. So I guess what we'll do, first off, let me fix that. I need to figure out what I did wrong there. Renegade Bundy, hello. How you doing? Yeah, if I sound reserved right now, I am really dog tired. Really tired. Uh, hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Let's see my one deal. We're gonna just attitude around here. And the mirror placement tool is not a big help. At least not right now. Let's just slap 3 of them in there. And we'll see how that looks. That looks pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Now we're gonna go over here. And I'm just going to cover this area up. Like so. And then number 3, I'm going to try and put in a little bit at a time. Try this and that and every other little thing in the sun. And here's another thing I can do. I can grab a few of these blocks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put these guys in place here. There we go. That'll make that look interesting. So we got this nice little door here. That'll open up into this main hangar bay. And I'm going to go ahead and just... This is the thing, whenever you run into a task, especially on Space Engineers, the best thing to do is just go ahead and just attack it. Because as you attack it, you will start doing things, and you'll start making things work. It's the best way to operate. Just don't give a shit, and just get going. See, already we're making this thing look pretty good. We've already made a bunch of stuff happen that should be happening. We've got this nice little corridor area here. Now I know I've got an area here I can fill up. That will help. I think I need a junction area going on through here. So I did that in front, little bits at a time, little bits at a time. That's what we're doing. Little bitty things, little bitty things. So the next thing I want to do, let's grab a door, 8. And I want, let's see, that's a sliding door. One of these, center and a half door. And then over here, we'll do like a small corridor door here. And then I can slap something here, I think. I need to figure out what we can use. What could we put here? What can I put here? There's a small trimmer in the ship. Mostly because things are just kind of moving a little bit. Let me see here. Let me see here. Got lots of options here. We can do this, or I can do one of these. Like so there, and then we've got these two over there, and another one. So now we have a door that opens there, and a door that opens here. All right, ta-da! That works. That works perfectly. All right, there we go. Pretty good. What is that there? Okay, that's one of those. Not a whole lot I can do with that. Let's go back to. Whoa. That's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. Let's head back over here for a minute. Let's grab number 4. I want to say that I can make inset walls and stuff. Okay. Let's see. All right, there's that. Well, that creates an issue. Does it? Probably will. There we go. So we have this nice little one walkway going through here. I think I can actually. Let's see here. That'll be pretty narrow to get through, but I think we'll be fine. Let's see. That's going to be difficult. Let's not do that. Here's what we'll do. Push that down here. Don't think that's the best option right now. Do a inset wall pillar there. Inset wall pillar there. Let's see how this goes. Okay, we can't. That looks pretty good actually. I like this little juke area that we got. And then we can have a small area over here and then a staircase going down that'll make it to that area. So that works out really well. And then I just need some stuff kind of going this way, and this one just kind of working its way around over there. That'll work beautifully. So then we'll have 2 observatory bays right here. And then I'll have to cut some of this out so I can make room for a drop bay, so we can have a few more drop pod zones. We can actually have a couple, well, not drop pod zones. We have room for fighter craft. That's a better word for it. So the idea is we're going to have a whole lot more stuff. And I'm sorry if I sound really mellow right now, guys. I've had a very fun day. Turns out we were working in a place where they store some chemicals, and we got a job going in fixing one of the bathroom sinks, and we started smelling smoke. Went outside, and the storage area was on fire at that point. And so we go in there, and we managed to get one of the holes off the wall. Me and a couple of the guys that I'm working with, and we managed to go over there and like put the fire out before it got really bad. And got to looking in there. Fortunately, we got to it before like fire suppression turned on, so none of that kicked on. They said it didn't generate enough smoke to activate it yet. We just happened to smell it. Grexion, morning badger, morning dude. Uh, and so fire department comes in, looks at it, and they find the reason for the fire: a rat. A dadgum rat chewed through a vinyl conduit up in the ceiling and bit down on a 110 wire that was running to a light and basically locked him up until he started burning and just cooked him until he started cooking up. And so there's a little bit of damage, but the people that hired us are really happy we managed to get that taken care of without the whole entire place burning down. So they're super happy about that. But yeah, we managed to. We were just. It was because we were close to the bathroom, and that's where the so-called fire started. So none of the smoke, none of the fire suppression systems actually engaged. We managed to kill that little fire before it got bad. A little bit of messed up insulation and some ceiling tiles, but other than that, pretty good. Considering later on they were telling me they were like, "Yeah, we're glad if y'all were in there." It's like one of those fire suppression systems they have where it just drops the foam from the ceiling, and if you're in there when that happens, you basically die. I was like, "Oh, well, that's comforting." So yeah, I had a really fun time this week trying to keep myself from dying, and I've had my fun. I've had all the fun I can handle for a day. So I'm like, we're getting mellow badger right now. We're getting mellow badger. It's really really wild stuff that happens sometimes. Just it's tiring. Now I think I may pull this off and put a vent in here. That'll make that work out really well. And then I also need to see. Let's pull this apart. What do we got here? We have possibly enough room. Okay. That I maybe could install. Badger, could you? All right, there. I couldn't. But okay, let me go back out here and run this again to a point and see if I can't put some type of corridor or something in there to make that all look good. I just needed to know what my options were here. I know now. I know now. All right, we got all that going. Supposed to. I think all I need is one more deal right here. But yeah, the people that were in charge of the place were like, they were really happy nothing stupid happened. And I was really happy I didn't end up in having a whole lot of issues and health concerns, things of that nature, because those are not fun. Okay, I'm quite certain there is nothing there. I'm going to delete some crap there, and then I'm going to do something right in this area. Coming up and over, making that work. So we got this nice long corridor here that I could go into. Run down this corridor real quick. We come up to one of the airlocks. This will be corridored off, and then you'll have an observation deck that you can observe fighters with that are in bay, and then you can pop out there and go do something about it. Okay, as far as the bottom and the top goes, this has to go a different way than what it's going at the moment. So I want lights on top. I need to, let's go here. I need this to repeat on both sides, but not top and bottom. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now then, let's get 8. Let's see what this thing comes up with. All right. There. 1, 2. I'm gonna put one of these every 3. So we can light this area up real good. And then just for giggles, I'm gonna put one of these in between each one of these. Then this is going in between those, so as to create a nice little effect here for the inside of the hangar area. So now we got plenty of light dropping down from the ceiling. Got plenty of that light. Now for this area, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. I kind of want to do half blocks. Oh, I've got an idea. Let's try something here. I got pipes, I got some of these. Let's grab these guys. We'll run them the full length here. Just to add that, and then I will just add some bridge units of catwalk bridges. Right about there. Yeah. That's a good plan, I think. Now, if I can just remove some of this stuff without getting into too much trouble here. I think I can, actually. Let's see how bad this gets. Doesn't seem to be getting too bad. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this look a little better. Need to find a way to tie this all into that over there. There we go. That'll kind of look good. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. See about deleting some stuff here. There we go. That might work out. Let's go ahead and go back to number 9 here. Oh, that didn't work out. About back here. Yeah, it's looking actually much better. Check that out. That's actually looking pretty good. I like that. I like that. I just got to make all this all tie in together really nicely. How I do that, I don't know. But hopefully I can figure something out. Hopefully I can figure something out. Let's add a few more pieces there. Add some pieces there just to give it a little more character. We got all this nonsense to figure out here. It's an interesting concept. I need to figure out how to make all this work. Actually, hold up. I have a plan. Make this look really weird. Oh yeah, that looks cool. That was cool. It was like we got pipes crisscrossing in the ship. That's awesome. I like that. We're gonna keep it. See, it's the little things in life you gotta learn to appreciate. Makes things all awesome. So much easier to deal with. So I think here is going to be a secondary observation deck here. So we're going to just double that crap up. No. We need to go here, here, and then the observation deck. I need to make it out of glass or something. Let's find some glass. There's some glass. Let's try to use that. There we go. We got some glass right there, making that look a little bit better. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do this corridor coming down here. We need a walkway coming down. Now for this area. Figure out what will work here. Yeah. That's an interesting concept. I like that. That works out good. Okay, that's doing pretty good right now. Got a whole lot done in a very short amount of time. Now I'll have to modify some of these areas here. We can add ships. We'll have to add some small. What the frick is that outside? Hmm. Don't know, don't care. Okay, we got this going. We need a bridge gap here. Need some catwalks. 5. Oh, wait. I can just... Oh, that's annoying. Oh, well. Yank him out. And we'll add this guy. All right, there we go. Check that out. Now we can add a couple of small fighters in here. Nifty little small things going on. And we got a nice little area we can run across. It just works out. Now, the other thing I need is a way to get down here. We're also going to need a means of getting stuff to here. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not as energetic as I normally am. There's that. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do... Well, that's upside down. How did I do that? How did I do that? How did I get that upside down? I know better than that. I know better than that. Okay. Let's go to catwalks. Number 5. Got that done. Let's go to number 6. There, check that out. Now you can grab what you need. You can also head back up here. And I'm going to add one window right here. And 2, a freaking door. We need a door. There's 8. Oh, this makes things interesting, doesn't it? Okay, that's all figured out. Let's see about some old school stuff. Grab some old school window here. Number 3, we're going to add this in here. Okay, we're going to add a nice little vent. There we go. We can now put some air in here. We can add a few things in this room. Make it a little more homely. Cozy-like. You can hear it now. Victor Echo 1-2. Victor Echo 1-2. Now we have a bunch of fighters we can use. I can fly to this thing here, fly out. We'll have to make the fighters will have to be kind of small. I know it's a pain in the ass, but what can you do? What can you do? Okay, I've got an idea here. Oh, yeah, pipes. There we go. That wasn't wrong. There we go. All right, let's take a look at her now. Oh yeah, nice little coat of paint in here. Coat some things in certain colors. This just looks amazing now. That's working out good. I also like how the lights look in here. Let's turn off our lights and see how it looks. Yeah, I'll have to modify those a little bit, make them come down a little bit. But that looks pretty good. That's pretty good right there. We've done great at the moment. That's doing awesome. Let me check something here. Okay. So we've got a nice little room. We're gonna need a fighter, only about 2 blocks high. Which means maybe an ether sprite might work. And then just put a fresh coat of paint on all this, make it look good. I do need to make this look a little different. Hmm. Let me see. Where is my light bulb? Light bulb. There's that. And for my next trick, I'm gonna figure out how to make this all fit in here good. Boom. Got more light. This is almost an enclosed area. I need. I want to make it look like the pipes are running through here. So there you go. See those pipes going there. We just got this area to figure out, and then we got all the way through here. We've got this figured out to about here to an observation area, which we can see inside of the mighty fighter bay for the Republic. Need a momentary system go through here, so I can run back into all these areas and check them out. We got a nice blown server room right there. A nice little area we're going to put some other stuff in so it'll feel better. I got there yet. We've got our main engineering. This is where our jump drive's at. On top of that, we have this monstrosity here, which is our hydrogen, oxygen, all that good stuff. So everything's working out pretty good. I mean, it's turning into a ship. I'll say that right now. Oh yeah, I think there was something down here we could do. Maybe not. But we are ultimately, I'm getting closer to completing this thing. It's just gonna take a few more nights. I'm sorry, folks. I've run as long as I can, and I am frigging tired as I can get. Otherwise, I'd just keep going. I really would. My wife gripes at me all the time about overtaxing myself. So she's like, "Yo, look, I understand you like doing YouTube, but you gotta stop at some point. You're gonna hurt yourself." There we are at the helm. Let's grab this baby. Go ahead, just for giggles. Just for giggles, folks. One more time. For those who want to see it. Those are 120 millimeter rounds just going. And thinking about this, I know what I want to do. I want to build a large Star Trek style ship, but make it entirely vanilla. In other words, we have our pulse phaser cannons right here. That's what they sound like. They sound like a pulse laser. So we can just take all those and just fire them off real quick. That won't be a too big of an issue. We're actually starting to cause phase problems here. Wait, do I have some damage here? Surely not. But yeah, having like a Starship Enterprise with like 4 of these on the front saucer section, and then having a long section in the middle in which I can launch torpedoes out of, be a pretty cool little ship to build. That might be the next build. We're gonna build us some type of Star Trek ship. We can boldly go where no one has gone before. I pull out all the stops for it. We'll pull out all the effective stops. But this is really the cool part about this. As we just lob out there a whole bunch of stuff and just tear something apart. Actually, I tell you what, we may just, because I know the guys are here watching. I think what we're going to do is the next big giant project we're going to do inside of the space game, once the Pirates deal that we're doing, we're going to attempt to build an Enterprise style cruiser. It's only going to need 2 of these types of cannons. I may modify them so they're a little bit wider. And we'll add the little crinoline, whatever that's called down there, the little round parts. And then I'll use a ballast engine they sell, and we'll even have torpedoes, and that'll be our big pirate killer. That way we can have two of these bad boys or four of them, and we can let something have it. Because one of these is more than enough to wreck somebody's day. This is that one of these is more than enough to hurt something. And I plan on doing more Helldivers, probably Sunday. Sunday afternoon, I will either Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. I'm going to do some Helldivers, get back into the live streaming and everything. Um, but yeah, I think the Pirate's Life is going to do a whole lot better. But this little ship, man, it's awesome. And another thing also is some people have looked at it and said, I don't think that thing's pretty fast. She's plenty fast. She's plenty fast. Right here, just how quick she's moving around here. Let me pull this up. She gets up there pretty quick. Let's see where that goes. See all the damage that just ends up over there. Like I said, she moves pretty quick and hits hard. Dog Soldier, yes, I am ready. Dog Soldier sitting there going, welcome back, Badger. Ready to rolls for Helldivers 2 or SE? Heck yeah, we're gonna be doing that. One of those. One of those. That's what we're gonna be doing. I don't have a whole lot of downward thrust, do I? That's all right. Bring her back into base here. Let this baby get down. Any PDCs for small grid? Yeah, we're gonna be putting some PDCs on this. We're gonna add some small PDCs so we can shoot down small stuff. There we go, folks. We have some nice little Architens. It's not totally done yet, and I think I'm gonna paint it probably with some red accents. We need about 3 PDC guns on the sides. It's also got some decoys in the front to grab stuff moving in. But yeah, it's the Architens. You can tell this is an Architens at a distance. In fact, let me hop out of the captain's chair here. You're to be pulling back, you would see that thing several minutes off. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's an Architens. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that is an Architens, and you'll see it coming. Pretty good sized ship too, for the size of. I think this thing is actually. I think you're able to act. You've got enough PC on this that it'll actually work without tearing itself completely apart. But yes, that's the Architens done. I think that's what we're going to do with the Space Engineers game. We're going to make a better, probably some type of ship. We're going to make some type of ship. Me and the guys are. We got to come up with something. I think we may do. I know Dog's going to love it when I say this. He's going to love it when I say this. But I think we got to build an NX class ship. And I know Dog is probably sitting there going, "Yes, yes." We're gonna do that in probably the pirate stream. We're gonna build us a pirate version of the NX because that's just the NX Enterprise. Because that's gonna be a fun one from Enterprise. That'll just be a fun one to build. Figuring that thing out, figuring all the corridors and everything, and making it to where we can actually access everything. We'll have to do some modifications though, because we want to make it look like a pirate vessel, and we want to make it look unique. So we're going to have to modify the saucer, modify the nacelles, and then figure out how we're going to put it in there. Got one partially built. Yes, but we got to build it like a pirate vessel. I think it'd be cool because I want to do a lot of cool stuff with it. I want to add nacelles. I want to add the cannons. There's also, I want to add a layer of armor to the saucer section on the sides. So we have a bit of spaced, sloped armor that'll slope and space a little bit. It'll be like a light cruiser. And then eventually I'm going to build some type of dreadnought, I'm going to call it, or some type of battle carrier. We're going to call it a Missouri class. I think I'm going to make a battle carrier out of that. That'd be a little bit better as a battle carrier. And I think I'm going to try and build that thing as a Venator. I think that'd be a better option. And also, to everyone, me and I've been talking with Bundy. We're fixing to do something kind of interesting. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how it's gonna. We're gonna be able to even do it. We're gonna try a. I'm gonna try and build some techniques. You guys are gonna get to see me build some of the stuff for this. I'm gonna have to build some specialized equipment for this one project. I got an idea for. Because me and Bundy were talking about the other day. We talked about turning it into a certain type of thing. We thought about like a role play concept, but then me and Bundy got to talking about it, and it was like the amount of memory I would need to make that work. We just did not have enough. There was no way with the current PC setup I've got because we'd have to get multiple people's angles, edit them all in, and so we kind of come down to a pretty cool idea. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because I got to make sure we can do it first. But we may do some kind of. You probably will see something come up and you'll be like, oh, this is, if it works, you'll be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. And then we'll move into the actual project. So we'll do like a dummy project that'll be kind of cool. And then we'll move into the main project because Bundy can attest to this. I told him part of the idea of what it was story wise, and he was like, it's a really solid concept. He was liking it. So it's a real solid concept we got going. Uh, you guys will just absolutely love it if we can make it work. That's the only thing. We got to see if we can make it work. I don't know if we can make it work. We got to see if we can. Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here and dealing with me in my moment of just, ugh, with every bull crap that I've had going. I'm telling you, it has been the wildest crap. Our phones have gone out. Uh, this last month has been crazy. I've been hit by another dude. Phones have gone out. What else has happened? Oh, I got sick, and the kid got sick, and then I got sick again. And it's just been one stupid thing after another, and then the whole fire at that plant and everything. And I'm mentally taxed right now. I'm just like, oh, I am mentally taxed at the moment. I just can't do life right now. Also, I'm tired. I'm dog tired at the moment. But I was sitting there thinking, I was thinking tonight, I thought, can I push the live stream back? And then it hit, I was sitting there thinking, and the first thought kind of in my head was, no, you've done this way too much. Just get in there and do it. Because every time I get to a point where, and that's the cool thing about y'all as an audience, you guys talking and you always make the audience interesting. You make everything kind of interesting when I'm sitting here talking. Make it easier for me to operate and do it. You make the live stream go easier. It's a lot easier doing a live stream when you know someone is listening to you than it is if you're sitting there thinking that you're by yourself. The hardest part about live streaming, I'll tell you off, you're going to try and do it, is those first couple of streams where you're just by yourself. Once you get past that and some people start watching and you're sitting there and you see that viewer count go up, you're like, oh yeah, I can perform. Something about it. It triggers something, and next thing you know, you're in the zone at that point. You start getting in there. Even absolutely ridiculously tired as I am right now, still managed to talk, still managed to get an entire hangar almost done. We've got to figure out where we're going to put each of the stuff, and I got to find a ship to put in here to make it work. But yeah, so I guess there will be more stuff coming as we're coming in. I got other projects I've had to put on hold because of life, but I'm getting them pulled out and working on them some more. And then what else? Just giving y'all updates on things. Plan on doing some more Helldiver stuff. So as soon as I get my schedule, probably next week, I will probably try to drop a Helldivers credit run stream in the morning every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday if I can. And then I'm also going to bring back build reviews. I've got 2 videos for build reviews. We're going to bring back the build reviews. So if you guys want to have something to be reviewed, drop it in the Discord. I'm also still working on the Stoat site just in case because we have 6 months, and I thought I could try to move everyone over to Stoat now. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just work on the Stoat on my spare time. And in 6 months, we'll see what happens. So if you guys have suggestions for how you would like the Discord to change, I will implement a lot of those in the description. I will implement a lot of those. Just drop them in the Discord, and I'll try to implement some stuff. So some things that y'all are interested in seeing if you go over there. I'm going to get a Helldivers mode set up. I'm going to have chat rooms so that you guys can just hop in, and you're running for super samples. There'll be super sample chats. You want super credits. There'll be super credit chats. If you're wanting to just go in there and run medals, there'll be medal run chats. And then people that want to go in there and fight like the bigger stuff and get those accolades, for killing a hive lord or a dragon roach, we'll have those in there too. You guys can go out there and go do hunting parties. And I don't know. I'm kind of considering because I recently found out that Star Wars Galaxies has come back, and I almost wonder what starting a faction over there would be like. We all just kind of run over and did our own thing, just be a bunch of smugglers, pirates. I don't know what we call ourselves going in there. I guess Red Rock is coming back in there. We're gonna invade the Star Wars galaxy. But if it works out, it works out. Like I said, I've got that and a couple other projects coming on. I got one that's about done. I just All I've got to do with it is mess with it a little bit, tweak a few things, and get some graphic arts done for it, and it'll be ready to go. And it's the one that's going to be like $20. That's the thing I'm going for with it. So we're gonna see. I think I could sell this for $20, and it would be a value. I mean, people would like it, and then you guys will be able to make it better if you want. But yeah, I am tired. It is 12:21 where I'm at. I'm gonna get some sleep, get through this next hectic couple of days, and then everything will be going back to regularly scheduled programming. I'm gonna try and get more videos out, more stuff going, because it seems that the more stuff I do, the more the channel is growing. So I need to do more stuff, basically. And that's where I'm at the moment. I'm like, oh, I could do more stuff, and then the channel will get bigger, and that's always fun. Watching the line go up, stonk go burr, stonks, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. Just remember, if you like what you're seeing here, the easiest way to help me out is to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, share the live stream, go on. You can do it on Discord, but go ahead and go on X. I'm actually getting active on X again. So if you guys want to go in there and drop down the live stream and let some people know that, hey, good, making an Architens, just drop that in there and let them know. The more of y'all that share it, the more people get to watch it, and it helps everything out. And if you guys want to support directly to the channel, which I am trying to get a server, I keep saying that, and it doesn't happen yet. but I'm eventually going to get it. We're going to do probably a private server for membership. When that is up, I'll let y'all know. It is 99 cents a month to support. That's you're buying me a Dr. Pepper in a can. That's what you're doing. And so it keep Dr. Pepper, that's my caffeine. I don't like coffee. I don't like energy drinks. Just a soda pop gives me enough caffeine to keep me going. So if you guys want to help out directly like that, you can do that. And I am trying to come up with some really cool stuff for that. But one of the things you get is you get to see everything on the channel early. So I've got, like I said, I've got 4 more videos for A Pirate's Life coming up. After this week, we're going to be doing another episode. And then I think I'm going to alternate between episodes and one of these things that I am wanting to do. We're going to try it one weekend, see what all we can get done, me and the guys. I don't think I'll need everybody for it, but if everybody wants to show up, it'll just, the more hands will just make things go a lot easier. And we'll have to figure out some ways to do it. I'm figuring out some stuff on this, and then we will run something, and then you guys get to see how we really push this because I'm gonna try and pioneer some concepts, and if we can, we're gonna get a full series done. I've got another series of videos if this works out, and there'll be a new full series of videos that a lot of y'all will love, and you'll be sitting there going, "Wow, I'm glad I want to make something that you guys go, glad to be part of this community, Badger. Glad to see that this is what you put your time and effort into, and it looks awesome. So this is what we're gonna go with. Like I said, you guys, I have no qualms, no illusions of what happens on this channel. I have somehow done something right, and you guys have decided to stay here because I've done something right. It's y'all's choice to be here. It's not mine. I I don't make anyone be here. Everyone is here because they want to be, and I thank you all for that. And again, I am Badger Wild signing off saying stay safe, everybody. Stay frosty out there. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.